Did you know that vitamin E is not just one nutrient? It's actually a family of compounds. We have tocopherols and we have tocotrienols, and both of those have 4 isoforms of alpha, beta, delta, and gamma. Now, the USDA has used alpha tocopherol as the poster child for preventing deficiency. So if you're looking at the RDA, the recommended daily amount, it's going to be around 15 milligrams. This is based off of prevention of deficiency. We're switching over from IUs, international units, to milligrams. You'll start seeing this on the fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K. Research shows that even starting at going over 100 international units, IUs, or 67 milligrams, that actually starts depleting gamma. This is what's shown in actually reducing reactive nitrogen species, RNS, in the body, and also reactive oxygen species in the body that causes inflammation. But the upper limit, which is if you go over this, you're tapping into toxicity, is 1,000 milligrams. That is extremely high, right? When we're going over 400 IUs, which is about 268 milligrams, we're tapping out there. That's when we're seeing issues with blood clotting factors. It is disrupting the vitamin K blood clotting factors. It's also depleting significantly the delta and gamma tocopherols. It's also going to increase risk of inflammation. Some studies is showing that it increases the risk of certain cancers and also cardiovascular disease. Vitamin E is found in a variety of like nuts and seeds. Like, for example, sunflowers are a great source of alpha tocopherols, whereas pumpkin seeds and sesame seeds are a great source of like gamma. Looking at this, it was insights into antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects, mechanics and roles in disease management. So gamma tocopherol is a major form of vitamin E in the United States diet and the second most abundant vitamin E in the blood and tissues, while alpha tocopherol is predominant in the vitamin E in tissues. During the last 25 plus years, research revealed that gamma has a unique antioxidant anti-inflammatory activities relevant to the disease prevention compared to alpha. While both compounds are potent in lipophilic antioxidants, gamma, but not alpha, can trap the reactive nitrogen species by forming 5-nitrogamma and appears to show superior protection of mitochondrial function. Gamma inhibits ino-4 leukotrienes by blocking the 5-LOX location in leukocytes, decreasing the COX-2 catalyzed prostaglandins, which we see that in inflammation, but not all prostaglandins are bad, in macrophages, and blocks the growth of cancer cells, but not healthy cells. For activities, gamma is stronger than alpha. Moreover, gamma is extensively metabolized than alpha via cytochrome P450. It's the liver enzyme. Studies showed that supplementation of gamma mitigates inflammation and disease symptoms in animal models and induce inflammation, cancer, and asthma. In addition, supplementation of gamma decreased inflammation markers in patients with kidney diseases and mild asthma. These observations support that gamma may be useful against inflammation-associated diseases. So I'm going to use a scenario to educate. So we can look at the individual forms in the body. This person was recommended by a nutrition coach to take vitamin E. Did not state what form, therefore caused increased inflammation in this patient, and the vitamin E was out of whack. Low gamma and high alpha. This patient was taking over 1,000 IUs, and what we're seeing is research is showing that just 67 milligrams of alpha tocopherol will start to deplete your gamma and your delta, right? So that's not the only thing that does, but just think about that. 67 milligrams. And we are having influencers online and all these people say, oh, good for heart health and your skin health and hormones and all these things without actually knowing that there are different forms of vitamin E, and some can be more detrimental than others. We want everything in balance. So that's why supplementing is not for everyone. And we really want to look at these supplements. So I always recommend looking at the doses, going over it. And now we know, like I looked at a few of them. One was 20 milligrams, one was 50 milligrams. Both of those were still fine within that alpha on the supplementation, because those are still under 100 IUs. We're not even going over the 400 IUs, but there are just vitamin E supplements that you can take. You want to look for mixed tocopherols, because it's not just, a friendly little pill. You're not just having some nuts and seeds or some oils or leafy greens. It's not like that. And when we're trying to get our nutrients from food, there is a way that we can improve the absorption of vitamin E, is by applying a little bit of heat to it, light sauteing, steaming, because we are going to help break down that cell wall, and we know that the fat is stuck inside the cell matrix, and that is going to help it be actually absorbed and you get some out of there. So we know that gamma is seen in sesame seeds and pumpkin seeds, pecans and walnuts especially. And with those you can do light roasted, because if you were just doing raw, you're likely not going to absorb as much as you're wanting to, because fat soluble vitamins need fat to absorb. So the whole craze of like no fat that we had for several years, yeah, we weren't absorbing our fat soluble vitamins. Everyone was so scared of fat. And you'll notice that a lot of these fat rich foods have fat soluble vitamins in them. Nature is interesting. So with that, you can apply some heat to help the absorption of that, and then have it with a healthy fat as well, especially if you are taking a supplement with